Welcome to the Drag Me to the Movies Extras. I'm Ned.
And I'm Joe.
In this episode, we're going to do a discussion around, movies that we feel more people should see. I compiled a list. Joe has a list. And we're just going to kind of tear through them and discuss why we think they should be, checked out by you or others and be higher rated or, more visible and, more well known than what they truly are. So, you want me to go first, Joe, or would you like to go?
Why don't I go first? Because I feel like you're gonna have a ton more of these than I do.
Okay. Fair.
So, and I also am gonna preface that some of these I feel like are like I'm gonna say more people need to watch it, even though they're probably more mainstream than some that you might show, Ned. It's just that I've had experiences where I've said, "Hey, have you seen this?" and I've gotten a "What are you talking about?" kind of thing. So,
Do you think there's anything on that list that I'm not familiar with?
No, because we've talked about almost all of these in some fashion. And in fact, I've drug you to at least one of them.
What?
So, so I'm going to start mine from a movie that just came out this year, and I'm sure that it could grow and make its way more out there. But I'm going to say that this one, not a whole lot of people know about just because it was a straight to digital release. And this is Remarkably Bright Creatures.
Fair.
And yeah, so it's based off a book, so I'm sure like it's probably got more hype than I'm aware of, just because there's the whole book world and people who know anything about books know about what books are trending and stuff like that. But man, this film really pulls at the heartstrings. It's such a bizarre premise, but like it's just so full of heart, and I don't know. It's hard for me to explain, but I suggest it highly. It's on Netflix. You should definitely see it. It's got Sally Field. It's got Lewis Pullman, Cole Meany, and a slew of others. It's just really well done. Really, really, really well done. Ned, have you gotten to see this yet?
I have not had a chance to. The wife has. I know she loved it. It's just, timing at the moment.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Well, that's one person that really should see this.
Yep. Well, I'll make time.
All right. All right, Ned, what about you? What do you got on your list?
All right. So I have a rather large list. And what I ended up doing is kind of going down through Letterboxd and kind of picked out some of the movies that I generally thought would be underrated. And then I also kind of checked, when you add a movie to your top 4 on Letterboxd, that movie gets flagged as that movie has fans enough to represent it in their, Letterboxd 4. So there's that number. Plus, there's also kind of the liked heart option. And that's a different stat altogether. So I purely went based off kind of the ones that were low on fans and kind of picked at some of the ones that I definitely would recommend in comparison to what that. So with that, I have the first one is a movie called Uncovered. It's one of Kate Beckinsale's first movies that she did.
Okay.
Or at least a way younger Kate Beckinsale, to say the least. And it is kind of a thriller / murder mystery. And she plays a character who kind of gets involved in like a family murder mystery type thing. And she repairs paintings and things. And there's also this element of chess play throughout the movie that I really enjoyed. So it's kind of a mid-level movie as far as like how good it is, but I think it's a fun one that is definitely underappreciated. So Uncovered is the first one I'll throw out.
Okay. Is it something you would recommend that we watch for the podcast?
I'd be game if that sounds interesting to you.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, if it's something you wish more people had seen, then I would say that we probably should.
All right. I'll add it. What do you got, sir?
All right, so this next one, let me see if I have. It's from 2023, and it's called No Hard Feelings. Have you seen this movie, Ned?
No Hard Feelings. It sounds familiar.
It's with Jennifer Lawrence.
Yes, I have. It's the Netflix movie, I think, or originally came on Netflix, I think.
No, I don't think so. I think this
Was
was
it in
out
theaters?
in the theaters. Yeah.
I saw it on Netflix, so that's
okay.
Why
Yeah,
I
I
assumed
think
that.
that's where I saw it too. But yeah, basically Jennifer Lawrence is hired to date some rich people's kid,
Hmm.
to try and get him out of his shell, and there's a lot of hilarity that ensues. I thought this was a really good movie as well. It's another one of those ones where like I've brought it up to some people and they had never heard of it. And took the recommendation, watched it, and really enjoyed it. So yeah, I highly recommend this film. It's funny. It's also got a lot of heart to it. Yeah, it's just yeah, it's good. It's a good one.
It is one I saw. I actually gave it a 2.5 out of 5.
You
I
didn't care
remember
for
it
it.
being. I enjoyed it. I do feel like there are some premises and things in there that are a little weird, but it wasn't bad. I
Okay,
had fun with it.
that's fair.
Okay, very nice. All right, the next one I have is a movie called Cop Shop. It has Gerard Butler and Frank Grillo in it, as well as a bunch of other fun cast members. And it involves kind of this con artist crossing paths with like a hitman type situation, and Frank Grillo gets arrested, and Gerard Butler's trying to come in and kill him. So he gets arrested himself, and then the cops get kind of in the mix, and yeah, it's just a odd, short little movie. It came out in 2021, so is one I kind of discovered during COVID, and yeah, I had a lot of fun with it. Are you familiar at all?
No.
You want me to add it to the list?
If you think it's worth it, I would.
I think it's fun. Let's add it to the list.
Let's do it.
Maybe
Let's do it.
someday
Let's
it'll
keep
get
this
crossed off.
podcast going for let's keep this podcast going forever.
Yeah,
Dad,
sounds good.
forever.
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 All right, what do you got next, sir?
All right, so this is another one where it's probably not rated well. Well, I know it's definitely not rated well. But it tickles a funny bone that I have, and I appreciate that. It's A Million Ways to Die in the West.
Mm,
Have you seen this?
I have. It's definitely been a very long time. Probably so long ago as before I even started using Letterbox.
Okay, so if you're not familiar, this is written directed by Seth MacFarlane, so the guy behind Family Guy, American Dad, all of those things. Um, so it's basically what you're getting is a Western comedy that's basically Family Guy jokes, but acted by real people. It is, in my opinion, a lot of dumb one-line jokes and jabs, again, like you would get in Family Guy.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but I think it's done well. I think it does a lot of good in like tongue in cheek around like the tropes of Western movies and what it's like in the old days in America. I I would say that it borderline takes an approach or a similar feel to a Mel Brooks movie in a way, but I feel like it doesn't have that deep undertone that Mel Brooks films have. So I won't give it the full compliment of saying this is like almost a Mel Brooks film. It's trying to, but it's not there. But I appreciate this film. I watch it, I'd say once every few years. And it's got me laughing every time I watch it. So yeah. So if you haven't seen it, I'd recommend that. I know you
Okay.
have, but I'm talking to our listeners
Yeah,
here.
yeah. No, I get it. Very cool. All right.
What else you got?
I have. I think I'm going to go through just a handful more, not everything I put together, but there's a movie called Striking Distance. Are you familiar with that one at all?
I am not. You could be
S-
making up titles right now, and I wouldn't know any better.
I might be. So this one stars Bruce Willis and Sarah Jessica Parker. It is a mystery kind of cop-based movie.
Okay.
Ultimately, there's this guy who's like killing people and dumping their bodies, and this actually, if I recall correctly, was shot in Pittsburgh. So it uses kind of like the Three River stuff there, and how they have patrol boats.
Wait. There's three rivers in Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
That's a joke. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah. For
Go on.
those not savvy.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. But yeah, it's just kind of like a fun thing, and they use the one song that "Hey There, Little Red Riding Hood."
Oh,
Like that
okay.
song
Yeah.
is used throughout it. I like it. in that movie. But yeah, it's one I think I saw kind of back in high school time frame. So this came out in '93. That's not when I was in high school. That's just, when it came out, and I discovered it in high school. But it was a fun one. So yeah,
Okay.
definitely one I wish people knew more about.
Gotcha.
Did you
All
have
right.
any more?
I have four more.
4 more? Okay.
I got a few more queued up. So this is another one. It's probably again more well known than not, but again, I've had occasions where people aren't familiar with it, but Walk Hard, the Dewey
Mhm.
Cox story.
Yeah.
Um I feel like this one came out around the times of the John C. Riley, Will Ferrell movies when
Right.
those were a thing.
And Walk the Line.
But yeah, this one came out uh without Will Ferrell. It was John C. Riley headlining it. But it's got the dumb humor like everything else from that time, and it's done really well. Like it does the whole walk the line story, but tongue in cheek the whole time. It's just, yeah, the music's pretty good in it too. Like this is one of those ones where like typically things will be quotable, right? But like the songs in this movie are also quotable.
Mhm.
Like it's just, yeah, it's really well done. But I think it gets overshadowed sometimes by the other guys, Step Brothers, things like that were out at the time. So yeah, I recommend it.
Yeah, that is a good recommendation. It's definitely been, I think I saw it when it first came out and haven't seen it since.
Oh
Definitely
wow.
probably worth a revisit for me.
Yeah, I think it's been maybe 5, 6 years since I've seen it. So I'm due.
Nice. Maybe we should watch it for the podcast.
Ooh, I'd do it.
I'm game. All right. My next movie is one I think we touched on it for one of the podcast episodes, but it's called Becky. It's got Lulu Wilson and Kevin James and Joe McHale in it. Uh, Pretty much this neo-Nazi played by Kevin James. This also came out 2020 COVID timeline. Involves pretty much trying to find this one thing that a little girl has, and he kind of holds the family hostage and tries to get it from the little girl, and she just fights back. And yeah, it ended up being something that I discovered then, and I was just blown away by it. I gave it a 4 out of 5, so it's pretty highly rated from me. Might not be entirely by others, which is probably why it's a little bit underappreciated, but I definitely think people should check it out.
Okay, cool.
So I'll add it to the list.
Add to the list.
What about you, sir?
All right. So this is one that I drug you to a while ago, and I hope that the podcast opened it up to some more people, but I still think that more people need to see Undercover Brother. It's one of my
Mm,
favorites for sure. It's got what, Eddie Griffin in it, Chris Kattan, Denise Richards, Dave Chappelle, Chris McBride, Neil Harris, Billy Williams. Like it's a lot of James Brown. Forgot about that.
mm,
So there's a lot of pretty big names in that film. It's man, there's a lot of quotable things in that as well. Again, it's one of those things that there's a lot of tongue in cheek, race jokes that happen in it, but I think it handles it in a way much like Blazing Saddles did, in that it's bringing things to the forefront, but it's showing how it works, and how it's not necessarily a negative thing, and the people who are racist that are pointed out in the film are clearly the bad ones. So I think it's a good film. It'll have you cracking up laughing the whole time, guaranteed.
yeah, I remember having fun with it when we watched it for the podcast, which was one, yeah, you said you drug me to because I hadn't seen it previously. But it also, I would say, somewhat comparable to Austin Powers as well. So,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
yep,
Yep.
nice. All right, so I think you've probably heard me talk about this one before, but I don't remember if it's ever been brought up on the podcast. But one of my favorite, kind of World War II movies that unfortunately is somewhat fictional is U-571, starring Matthew McConaughey, Bill
Mm,
Paxton. Harvey Keitel, John Bon Jovi, David Keith, and many more. But due to the fact that it had some fictional things and some liberties taken with the dramatization, for example, there's the premise is that there's a German sub stranded and it has an Enigma machine on it, and they're trying to get it to help stay informed and win the war. However, it has the U.S. in it, which the British already had an Enigma machine before the U.S. even got involved in the war. So if you're willing to forgive those types of things, I feel like this movie does a very good job of kind of representing what it would be like to actually kind of take on a mission like that. And, the twists and turns that occur in the movie, I appreciate as well. So that's one I feel a lot of people overlook, and they should.
Oh.
What do you got?
Cool. All right. So I brought him up a few times. So let's talk about Mel Brooks. I am putting out there silent film. Have you ever seen silent film?
I'm trying to remember if I have. I want to say I have, but go ahead and talk about it, and I'll let you know in
Okay.
a minute.
So it's not like his best work. I'll premise that, but it's definitely good. Like if you have enjoyed other Mel Brooks films, Blazing Saddles, Young Frankenstein, Robin Hood Men in Tights, so on and so forth, you're gonna like this film. It's got an interesting premise in that it is all written or all films in silent, not completely like you hear sound effects of cars and atmospheric, but a lot of the time it is quiet. There's only one word spoken in the entire film, and it's done in a good spot, and I won't tell you where or anything like that. But it's got a lot of the reoccurring folks from Mel Brooks films, and a lot of the ones that are in it are ones that are usually known for their ability to do physical humor or a lot of physicality as far as like facial expressions and stuff like that. So it stars Mel Brooks himself, Marty Feldman, which dude's hilarious. Dom DeLuise, again hilarious. Sid Caesar, Ron Carey, Bernadette Peters, Liam Dunn. I'm just looking through here. Paul Newman's in it as well. Like there's a lot of people in this film. Yeah, if you can get over the whole premise of it being silent, and just take it for what it is, it's a funny film. I really appreciate it.
I have not seen that one.
You've not?
Nope.
Sounds like I have to drag you to it.
You might.
But
Nice.
I'm also worried because you didn't like History of the World. And I really like that
absolutely
one. So
hate it, but
I know, but you didn't.
and I'll go
you didn't
watch
feel
anything,
as
to be
strongly
fair.
as I
Like
did, man.
I watch some
That
of the
is
worst
fair.
movies, and I enjoy. There's usually one redeeming factor to a movie for me. Even the worst, usually, sometimes.
That's fair. That's fair.
Okay, very nice. The next one I have is it's a movie called Death Sentence. Are you familiar with this one at all?
No.
It's got Kevin Bacon, Garrett Hedlund, Kelly Preston. It's a movie. Gosh, I don't even know how to like. It's definitely a thriller / crime action type movie. I can't remember how I stumbled across it, but I did. I enjoyed it. I discovered years later after seeing it that it was actually a movie that was directed by James Wan. So the guy behind Saw, Conjuring, Insidious, those movies.
Okay.
And it's essentially like a revenge story where Kevin Bacon's son gets killed by a gang, and he ends up, the trial doesn't go his way, and he looks to get revenge. So kind of one of those simple premise, but I feel like it was well executed and just kind of a crazy fun ride.
Okay.
So add it to the list.
Add to the list.
Nice. What else you got?
All right. I got one left. And I'm going to be perhaps a little yucky to our audience on this one. You ready?
Sure.
You tell me how you feel about this. So my last one is Paper Moon. And I'm not going to talk about it. I'm going to say, why don't you go to filmjokers.com and read my article that I wrote about it and why you should go watch it.
That's
How
fair.
do you like that? Cross promotion.
I
Hooray!
like it. Leaves them hanging a little bit, but also gives them the opportunity to check out something out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, I am going to think favorably about this film because I wrote about it and it's
Right.
part of this podcast
Yeah.
episode. So, so it's good. But go read about why you should watch this film.
Yeah. Go read Joe's feelings. All right. I have two more. And then we can wrap it up. But the first one is Guns Akimbo. Have you heard of it?
I've heard of it, but I've not seen it, and I'm not
Um,
sure I know what it's about either.
so essentially, there's Daniel Radcliffe and Samara Weaving is in it, as well as many others. But in general, a guy does some things, pisses some people off, and then he's kind of forced into this kind of futuristic gladiator slash stay alive type thing, sponsored by the dark web. And yeah, it's pretty much people bolt guns to his hands. So he's struggling to put his pants on without shooting himself and all these things, and
Hmm.
also trying to run away from people who are trying to kill him and stay alive. So it's just a weird, fun, intense movie. So if you aren't familiar, I definitely think you should be.
Interesting.
Yeah. Sound fun?
Yeah, it does.
All right. I'll add it to the list. And then my final movie is actually it's special to me in a few ways. It's one I've seen many times over. It's one I watched for Scaredtober. It's also the first movie I watched with my wife. It's a movie known as Joyride from 2001. Are you familiar?
It sounds familiar. I'm going to Google it though, because I'm not sure.
So it stars Steve Zahn, Paul Walker, Lily Sobolewski, and it's a movie where they have a CB
Oh,
radio,
I'm not
and
familiar.
the brothers end up messing with truckers along the way. Particularly one takes very great offense to it, and it turns from a fun road trip across the world to pick someone up and take them home to a truck chasing them down, trying to kill them. Intense thriller. So
So, it's just fun fact: there is a Joyride from 2023 that is not what you're talking about.
yes, I have a feeling that there are many movies titled Joyride, but the one I'm
Yeah, as you were going on
specifically
and
calling
reading,
out.
follows four Asian American friends as they bond and discover the truth of what it means to know and love who you are.
Yeah,
Like
I
that.
have seen that
That
one, but
doesn't
that's
sound
not the
like
one.
truckers.
No, no.
All right.
So yeah, I think Joyride is a good film, and it didn't have a lot of people who have it as a favorite, so I definitely think people should check it out.
Cool.
But yeah, you have anything else you would like to add?
No, I think I've hit all the ones that I can think of.
All right. Well, if that's the case, our next movie, you want to just kind of speak to that? It's the second coming of John Cooper.
Yeah, Second Coming of John Cooper.
You want to tell them
Oh,
a
you
little
want me
bit
to
more?
keep going? Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is again a movie that was written directed by a fellow podcaster from the podcast Mad Scientist Party Hour, which is a podcast I listen to. And yeah, it's been one of those things where I got to listen through the podcast about how he wrote it, was directing and acting and all of that stuff, and the complications behind it all and everything. And it's finally come to fruition. So it's kind of cool that they finally got there. And so I thought maybe Ned and I can give it a watch, and then maybe also kind of, spin up some buzz about it as well, help out in that way. But again, if we're going to spin up buzz, I want it to be fair. So it's either going to be good buzz or bad buzz or mediocre buzz, depending on
Well,
how it is.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know much beyond that, so we'll
Yep.
find out.
For sure.
All right. Well, I think that's going to wrap up this episode. Be sure to check us out on Threads and Facebook at To The Movies Pod. And we're also on YouTube, where, that's, I think, where we really want to have you check out, because we can interact with you in the comments. And that is at The Movies Pod. And also, as Joe mentioned, we have a website, filmjokers.com, where you can check out his reviews and many other reviews and opinion pieces. So be sure to do so. And thanks for joining.
Yeah, thanks for adding more movies to the backlog, Ned.
Hell yeah. Bye, everybody.
Hell yeah. Bye.